Ideas Inspired Information Podcast powered by Lok Enterprise. Here's your host, Braxton Holley.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Ideas Inspired Information here on your Friday Fitness Fix. And again, we are continuing our quality of life segment here. DJ, what we got for this week?
Week number 3. What's up, y'all? So we're going to talk about things that aren't so obvious when it comes to quality of life. Mostly things up top. Talking about mental health, what's going on in your head, how do we push past things in your head to get to quality of life? Because really, I feel like if you can't win the battle between your own demons, then you really won't ever reach that end game of the quality of life that's everyone desires and wants to obtain and is chasing as we speak.
Interesting. Yeah, I do think that a lot of the quality of life things that go on with the way that you take care of yourself do come from your mindset, your mental capacity, and just how you interpret that overall.
Right. So when I say mental health, I'm not necessarily saying schizophrenia or, any kind of diagnosis, so to speak. I'm speaking more of relationships and how do you treat yourself? How do you talk to yourself in your head? Or how do you take stress? Or how do you deal with people cussing you out? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? Relationships. So we may have learned certain things from our parents, brothers, sisters, people in our lives that I wouldn't say right or wrong, but are, kind of detrimental to our quality of life, our health, and, our moving forward. So we got to get rid of the dirt so we can clean up and, get to that quality of life. I feel like I'm saying quality of life so much. Get to that QOL.
That is what we're focused on.
I mean, yeah, very much so. I spoke a lot about breaking the cycle last week also when it comes to fixing the problems that our parents couldn't, so to speak. And a lot of that may mean going to see a therapist. A lot of that may be being by yourself for a while and not engaging in any kind of romantic relationship so you can learn yourself. Just certain things that, is different for everyone, and you gotta get right with yourself before you can really help anyone or move forward.
Yeah. That's definitely a important factor there, because if you aren't right and if you are having things going on with yourself that not only are going to hinder you, can hinder other people, then how can you expect to be the best at or just be in a better state for yourself?
Yeah. I've been trying to read a lot more about energy, man, and how it transfers through people and good energy, bad energy, or positive energy versus negative energy, and because there's no such thing as good or bad. It's all energy.
It's
just
energy,
positive, negative, So I am an aggressive person. That's just how I am. Sometimes things that irritate me shouldn't necessarily have a hold on me like that when it comes to my mood, and I've realized that energy kind of rubbed off on my family a little bit and kind of made me take a step back and think like, man, I need to change myself so that it's nothing but positivity in this household and we can kind of grow together and not live under that cloud, so to speak. And still working on it as we speak, but I'm just happy that I'm more conscious about it, and so I can adjust my behavior accordingly.
Okay. That's thought out. And I think that a lot of people forget about that part of their life and the quality of it, because your brain's there, you're thinking, but are you thinking passively or actively on and is what I'm doing better only for me but for my family and the people around me? And honestly, if people thought about not only themselves but how it affects the people around them, I think everything would be more cohesive overall, just like in society.
Imagine that, man.
Yeah.
World where utopia.
Yeah, we'd all just be happy.
Right. But, far-fetched to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
At the state that we're in now.
just looking at our last year and, the way we're headed right now, just...
Yeah, we just gotta find some kind of middle ground and just kind of,
Right.
ride that until we can get into a better state.
That's why we're here, folks. We're trying to give it to you.
Yeah. Trying to give it to you. What's the name of the song?
It's gonna give it to you.
Yeah, that's
gonna
it.
give it to you.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Classic.
Right.
So, DJ,
Uh-huh.
what kind of things do you do as far as like your mental side of quality of life? Do you meditate on a daily basis, or are you taking time out to read and learn something? Like what kind of regimen are you doing on that side?
Well, first, like I said before, I think it's important to know yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get into a situation where you're upset and like you're just fuming for some reason, or usually that's my case, and you don't know why, you have to kind of step back and be like, why am I so mad right now? What the hell is going on with me? And more often than none, it's either because I haven't eaten anything, I didn't go to the gym that day, or whatever I'm focusing on, I'm just putting too much value in it at that particular time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So what I like to do, and since I've learned that about myself, I meditate daily. I try to get like 4 a.m. stretch, meditate. And when I am feeling like I'm over the edge or hungry or, just not in the mood for people, because I am an introvert also, I try to remind myself like, hey, look, positive energy. These people didn't do anything to you. You're probably just hungry. Think about what you're saying. Just kind of get myself in that mindset of you're not the only person here and you're probably the only person feeling this and they don't know that. So just take it easy, sir. And, recognize that everything's okay and, woosah, so to speak.
Woosah. Shout out to the Woosah.
Yeah. Bad Boys too.
Bad Boys. That was a classic. I hadn't seen the new one, but that's definitely off subject.
It's yeah, I know, man.
And actually, it's not that far off subject because Will Smith.
Yeah, who that?
Will Smith. I don't know exactly what it was he said, but he was saying something about like your mental health for him in general, to be able to be an actor and be these different people.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like as an actor, like that's tough. Like you have to remember that your name's not your name at certain points for extensive amounts of time in whatever you're playing in, or the character that you have to engulf. And even that, on a health standpoint, some people have to gain weight or lose weight, or build muscle, or whatever it is to play that role.
Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
Heath Ledger, man, that role, I wouldn't say destroyed him, but it took him to a dark place, and we all know the story, so prime example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's so many entities that we forget that people have to go through things for their actual career,
right,
in order to be in the state of life they're in, and sometimes people don't recover from them. Wasn't it the Joker? Like,
yeah, that's Heath Ledger.
Yeah. Look at me. So
damn, I thought you knew what I was talking about.
No, I knew once I talked about it. I do not know actors' real names.
And I'm actually surprised that I remembered that too, because Janice would be like, "Oh, he played in such and such." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's Batman." It's like, no, his real name is blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, I know them by what they played
exactly. And people do that to me too. I was like,
which I know actors probably hate.
Yeah, it's like I know what role you play, so you were significant at that point. Like, I'm not stalking your life, so I don't know your real name, but
right. But that it was an Instagram story when I saw it, but that interview you were talking about with Will Smith, he was saying, like, how can you be successful, prosper in life, or really, like, do anything if you can't control your own mind?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, let's say...
Have you seen Gemini Man?
Okay, yeah, I seen Gemini Man. I might go watch that after we get done. But yeah, control your mind, cause you know you can't do shit if your mind is telling you I want popcorn and I want French fries and I want a hamburger, but you know you can't do that because you're trying to lose weight. You can't succumb to your mind because it's your mind. Like
Yeah.
how your mind gonna tell you what you do, but it's your mind.
How can you have complete control over yourself if you don't have complete control over your mind? What we said last season, that thing called consistency was the key
Key
to
to
change.
success.
Yeah, so if you're not consistent with it, your change and your success will not happen. It will not. Not, it cannot. It will not.
Like that, it's not happening.
Yeah, so.
No matter how hard you try, you can stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning every morning. Like, damn, you can stay up to 3 o'clock in the morning every night. That don't make sense, dude. You can stay
Well,
up to
technically
3
it would be
o'clock.
the morning because by the time you woke up.
But right, but so
that night would roll over into the morning. You should have said every day.
You know what? See, that's how you make stuff happen. Two brains are greater than one,
Hey,
y'all.
there we go. The quality of our mental health.
It's very important.
You know, we piggyback off each other.
Right. So look, essentially, y'all, you can't achieve any sort of like any quality of life that you think is worth working towards.
Mm-hmm.
You can't get there without the right mindset.
Yep.
You can't motivate yourself without with superficial motivational tools.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning a six pack is not going to get you out of bed every morning.
Not.
You know what I'm saying?
It
Or
might
a six
hold
pack.
you down.
It might hold your ass back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know.
Yeah, that's
think about that.
It's a little deeper today because when you start thinking about your mind, it's you got to get past your conscious mind. You got to get to your subconscious mind. You got to get to your things that have been ingrained in your mind that you don't even know have happened over so many years, and the reasons why you do and act and behave the way you are. So you know, like you were saying, you get up every morning, stretch, you know, meditate. My alarm goes off every morning at 4 o'clock, and sometimes I get up, sometimes I don't, based on what I have to do that day. But then, as like if I got up a couple hours later at 6, 7, and start doing that same work I could have done 2-3 hours earlier, I feel like I'm behind because I could have gotten that done earlier.
You just pushing, just whatever you had in front of that, just got pushed back.
Exactly. So in that instance, my mind is weak on getting up now to do what I have to do. And with that being said, it's crazy because I'm a morning person. So once I'm up and I'm at it, and I'm at a high efficiency in the morning. But the key is really to get your feet out of the bed. As soon as I'm out of the bed, then the whole game changes from being in the bed. And it's like trying to get through that threshold of, am I going to hold myself back or am I going to allow myself to thrive? And that's definitely on the mental side for sure.
That's like a huge analogy / metaphor. I don't know which one is correct as far as like the world goes, man, because a lot of us, all we gotta do is just get started on that shit.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
Like that's
Just get started.
It don't gotta be perfect.
Yeah,
just get started. You know, you'll figure it out.
And with that, for instance, like this podcast, like,
oh yeah, definitely.
We just had to start it.
Y'all go watch the last season.
Yeah, like, and it's all about that starting. You're gonna grow, you're going to improve over time, but if you don't start, you can't grow and you can't improve. Like, what are you gonna do if you don't? Exactly. What are you gonna do if you don't? Nothing.
Just think about, you just constantly like, damn, I should have. I wish I shoulda, coulda, woulda type shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so tired of that shoulda, coulda, woulda stuff. Cause
yeah.
I am such a culprit. I ain't shoulda, coulda, woulda nothing. I'm doing it all the time.
What time do you have to wait? What time do you get back? How can you optimize your time every time, for every moment you're awake? Yes, you can sleep your 8 hours a night, but are you going to grind it out for your other 14? Is that the right number? No, that's
16.
16. Yeah. 16. Well, what are you going to do for your other 16 hours?
I'm so proud of myself for that one.
Yeah, I was off by 2. And I'm the one with the numbers.
All right.
What are you going to do for that other 16 hours? Are you going to grind that 16 out and get your 8? Because that 8 that you get is going to be beneficial for your 16. So,
what Braxton is saying, y'all, is don't get into that vicious cycle of being so happy that your 8 is here, you look forward to it again throughout your whole 16.
yeah. I kind of get angry when I have to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind sleeping. I enjoy sleeping. But it's like, sometimes I feel like it's not enough time in the day. But just like I referred to a minute ago, if I got up 2 hours earlier, because I have my alarm kind of bedtime thing is set for it. I go to sleep at 10 and get up at 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that kind of fluctuates. Sometimes I go to sleep a little later. That's natural. I mean, at some point, yeah, you can kind of program that, but sometimes there's things that come up that you have to do that may keep you up. So, with that being said, if I can program to hearing that 4 o'clock alarm get to go off and get up, then for me to go to sleep at 10 becomes more prevalent, because now I know that I'm going to get up at 4, but am I going to get 6, 8, or 4 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, man. And just like we said in the beginning, the beauty of all that is it's like we're constantly tinkering and adjusting an engine or something like that, like a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you recognize what the issue is and you make a little adjustment here. Try it again. I'm like, all right, that ain't quite work. Let's make another little adjustment here. It's all about learning yourself.
Yep.
Just learn yourself, y'all. And you can't do that shit unless you try.
True. And with that being said, if this is your first time here on Ideas Inspire Information on your Friday Fitness Fix, follow, subscribe, comment, like, leave us some information so we can be able to help you figure out what it is that you need help with in your quality of life. Me and DJ, we really want to be able to help you out. So that's really why we do this podcast. Just give us some feedback. Let us know if you like it, if you enjoyed it, and be sure to be there for next week. And if you missed the last 2 weeks, go back and listen. Make sure you stay on track with this quality of life segment that we have going.
The reason these episodes are so short, y'all, is we just want y'all to take in this information on your way to work, whatever. Like, we don't need no hour-long episodes.
Yeah.
We just want y'all to take it in for what it is, give us some feedback, and just understand that we're not talking at you. We're trying, like Braxton said, we really want to help some of y'all out here. Somebody out there needs to hear this stuff. And if you're listening and you feel like we're talking down on you, or you feel like we're kind of like pointing the finger, so to speak, understand that I think you're perfect. I think you are perfect exactly the way you are right now. And it really don't have anything to do with me. It's all about you and how you feel about yourself. So, one, if you feel like you're perfect and you feel like you don't have anything to work on, then great. Don't work on anything. Be your perfect self. But if you like everybody on this planet and got something to work on, and you know that, then you already know what you need to do, and you're already ahead of most.
There you go. With that being said, Quality of Life, episode 3. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
See you next week.
Peace.
Peace out.